Welcome back. I'm Kelsey Fabian. Jeff Gray, Superintendent of the Marine Sanctuary, joins us this morning. Good morning, Jeff.
Good morning. It's great to be here.
How are you today?
I'm great.
I hear it's a big week for you at the Marine Sanctuary. The ROV competition's coming up.
Yeah, we have a huge event coming on this weekend. It's our annual ROV competition, and an ROV is a remotely operated vehicle or an underwater robot. These are the vehicles that are used to explore things like the Titanic, the deep ocean, and all these things. So it's a way for people to get underwater without actually going underwater. And students from around the state have been designing these robots for the last several months, and they're coming to Alpena to compete in a competition.
Do they build these themselves
They
from scratch?
design, build, and operate them themselves. It's really an amazing program. There's a very intricate competition they have to go to where they're in the plaza pool trying to accomplish a mission, a real-life mission, where they're being judged on the performance of the robot, their performance as a team. It is really a spectacular program from students from very young, we have grade school students all the way through the community college level.
And how long have you guys been running this competition?
We've been doing it for about 10 years. It's grown, it started out with just one team here in Alpena, and it's grown to, I think we have 31 teams coming to Alpena this weekend.
Are there different things they're competing for, or is everyone competing for the same thing?
Well, it is a competition. This is the regional competition, and the winner of this competition will move on to an international competition, which will be held in Seattle later this summer. And a chance to vie for the title of the greatest ROV team.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So are any people locally competing?
We have several teams throughout the region and participating, several grade school teams, high school teams, all over. They're coming here.
And how do they form their teams? Is it by age? Is it how many members?
There are two different there's two different teams for like elementary, middle school, and then a high school level. The mission's a little bit more complicated for the older kids, but it is really spectacular. And what you see these kids do, they're learning about science, engineering, technology, and math. They're really gaining the skills to be have a great career in something else, and really inspire them to look at science as a career.
And how many members are on these teams?
It really varies.
Okay.
Some can be as little as 5, some can be a dozen or so, so it depends on the team.
And you guys have a speaker coming for this event,
We
right?
do. 101 years ago, the Titanic sank this week, and we have Dr. Jim Delgado, who will be coming to town. He led the last mission to the Titanic using ROVs to map this just a few years ago. He's coming to Alpena. He's going to do a public lecture Friday night, but he'll be coming to meet with the students, be a judge, and really show these kids, give them an opportunity to talk to one of the world's greatest explorers and see what this technology can lead them.
I'm sure that'll be very exciting for them to see someone who made a career out of ROVs.
It is great, and we have one team from Stockbridge, which is down near Lansing. They're doing these adventures right now. They started out in our competition several years ago. These students just returned from Palau out in the South Pacific, where they were working to try to find the remains of World War II aircraft and World War II military personnel, working because a lot of these craft have not been found yet. And so these students, these high school students, are out using their ROVs that they designed for this competition to do actual work.
Wow. Do you think that a lot of students who participate in the ROV programs go on to do things?
We do.
Like
we've been doing it long enough now where we can track some of these, and we have some that are going into technical fields. We have some that are going on for their master's degree, and several up at Michigan Tech, and it's been fun to watch these students grow and to see the difference they're making in the world.
Yeah, that's very exciting. And now you also have other educational programs for students?
Yeah, when people think of the sanctuary, they think of our research and the visitor center, but a big part of what we do is education. We really want to share with kids the great resources here, and one of the best ways that we do that is through the Glass Bottom Boat, the Lady Michigan. The month of May is dedicated to student groups. We have groups come out on the boat with us. We teach them about the shipwrecks, but we teach them more importantly about the Great Lakes and the importance of protecting it.
That's really neat.
Yeah, it's a great experience.
It's really nice that you guys take advantage of what's here, because there's not a lot of places where you could use an ROV or...
Yeah, and it's all of our things blend together, and it's the partnerships with the private businesses, it's the partnerships with Alpena Public School, ACC, that make all of these things happen. The community really comes together on this to create a great experience for our youth.
Now, besides going to the international competition, do they get any other type of prize for winning?
We have some small trophies and awards for the students, but I think the biggest reward for these students is the experience, and it's more than just the math and science that they do. It's the teamwork. It's how to work as a team. this is some pretty high intense pressure on these kids. I really hope people can come down and see them and meet these kids and see what they're doing. I mean, there are really some amazing kids involved in this project.
It's impressive. I don't think I could build an underwater
I
robot.
don't. I know I couldn't. I've tried. They don't let me touch them. So
Math and science wasn't really my forte.
Yeah, no, but it is great, and we see kids from all levels participating in it. So.
All right. Well, thank you so much for being here, Jeff.